The jungle breathed around us, a symphony of unseen life. Cicadas hummed in the damp air, their chorus punctuated by distant hoots and rustling leaves. I had come to the rainforests of Java with two friends, Arif and Lena, to document rare wildlife. We were drawn to the heart of the jungle, where the locals whispered about a creature that haunted their nights, the Ahool. At first we dismissed it as a folk tale, a bat the size of a small plane. Impossible. But as we set up camp near the Salak Mountains, the locals' warnings lingered in my mind. "Do not stay near the rivers at night," an old man had said, his milky eyes staring past us. "The Ahool hunts there. You will hear it cry before it comes." It was the second night when we first heard it. Arif and Lena were asleep in the tent, but I was still awake, reviewing footage of a rare owl we'd captured earlier. The jungle, lively and loud during the day, had grown unsettlingly quiet. Even the cicadas had ceased their symphony. Then came the cry, "Ahool!" The sound sliced through the stillness, long, echoing and otherworldly. My heart jumped as I froze, my hand gripping the flashlight. It was far off, but loud enough to feel unnatural. I shook Arif awake. "Did you hear that?" I whispered. He sat up groggily. "What are you—" "Ahool!" The cry came again, closer this time. Lena stirred, her face pale in the faint glow of our lantern. "What is that?" We stumbled outside, the humid air wrapping around us like a damp shroud. The trees swayed slightly, but there was no wind. Then we heard it, a rustling above in the canopy. A shadow shifted across the moonlight, vast and silent. "Is that a bat?" Lena whispered, her voice trembling. Before anyone could answer, it swooped down. The creature was enormous. Its leathery wings stretched impossibly wide, blotting out the moon. Red eyes gleamed in its furry, bat-like face, and its maw opened to reveal rows of sharp teeth. It let out another piercing cry, the sound rattling my bones. Arif screamed and bolted toward the trees. "Arif! No!" Lena yelled, but it was too late. The Ahool dove after him, its massive form disappearing into the dense undergrowth. We stood paralyzed, our breaths shallow. Then the sound of Arif's scream cut off abruptly, replaced by the sickening crunch of breaking branches. "Run!" Lena grabbed my arm and we fled, our flashlights bouncing wildly. The jungle seemed to close in around us, the oppressive darkness thickening with every step. I glanced behind us and saw its silhouette above, wings stretched wide as it glided effortlessly between the trees. We reached the river, our boots sinking into the muddy bank. Lena stumbled, falling to her knees. I yanked her up, but as I turned, the creature landed before us. Its wings spread wide and its glowing eyes locked onto me. The Ahool opened its mouth and let out another cry, deafeningly close. In a desperate move, I grabbed a nearby rock and hurled it. The creature hissed, its wings beating the air as it flinched. Seizing the moment, we plunged into the river, the cold water shocking my senses. We swam until our limbs burned, finally reaching the opposite bank. Panting and drenched, we collapsed onto the muddy shore. The jungle was silent once more, but I knew it wasn't over. The Ahool's cry echoed faintly in the distance, a haunting reminder of its dominance. By morning, we found no trace of Arif. Only his torn backpack and a single bloody shoe remained by the riverbank. The locals shook their heads when we returned to the village, their faces grim. "You were lucky to escape," the old man told us. "The Ahool does not let many live to tell the tale." Even now, back in the city, I can still hear its cry in my nightmares. Somewhere, deep in the heart of the jungle, the Ahool waits for the next fool who dares to disturb its domain. Ahool!